Hi, my name's Craig Fear. I'm a nutritional therapist. I'm the author of the 30-Day Heartburn Solution. I was recently interviewed where I answered some basic questions about my book, about heartburn, how you can stop heartburn through diet instead of drugs. So I hope you learned something from these questions and I hope you enjoy them.
Okay, Craig, this is going to take a little explaining on your part because chapter 10 is titled, Why Should You Eat More Bugs?
Well, you should eat more bugs.
Why you should eat more bugs. Okay, so tell me why I should eat more bugs and what does eating bugs have to do with heartburn?
Yeah, so what I'm referring to there is not actual bugs, but fermented foods. Because fermented foods are high in healthful bacteria. They are fermented by bacteria that convert them, from, say, cabbage to sauerkraut, cucumbers to pickles. That fermentation happens through the action of bacteria. And those are very healthful bacteria that live in our digestive tract that we need to be healthy. And this is one of the pillars that I explain in the book, one of the real food pillars, one of the important things we need to start changing in our diet. We need to start eating more fermented foods. All traditional cultures consumed fermented foods.
Right.
They fermented beverages, vegetables, fermented dairy. So fermented dairy, yogurt, cheese, kefir. Fermented vegetables are like, the typical ones are cabbage, sauerkraut, pickles, pickled beets, pickled onions. I mean, you could ferment almost any vegetable. And we want to consume these on a regular basis because they start to help promote the good, healthful bacteria in our body.
Right. And
And that can be helpful for heartburn because an imbalance of bacteria in our body, specifically something called SIBO, S-I-B-O, is an acronym for small intestinal bacteria overgrowth. And that's very common now when we eat too many processed foods, we don't eat enough fermented foods, too much sugar, can offset those the bacteria in our digestive system, which we need to be healthful. We need to be thriving. So we can start to, again, with other changes, with getting off sugars, with getting off processed foods, we can start to promote good, healthful bacteria in our body again. And that, when we have those bacterial imbalances in our intestines, they can kind of ferment and kind of give off some, they can add give off gases in the fermentation process in our stomach, in our intestines, which can increase the pressure in our stomach. And some of that increased pressure from bacterial overgrowth can put pressure on that the sphincter, the valve that kind of separates our esophagus from our stomach, and can contribute to kind of a weak LES, lower esophageal sphincter. We can weaken that sphincter, and which, if that sphincter stays open, food in the stomach, if it's not digesting well, can kind of reflux into the esophagus with that stomach acid on it and kind of exacerbate heartburn and cause acid reflux. So when we bring in good, healthful fermented foods, which I show you how to make in the book, they're very easy to make at home, and you can get them in health food stores, good versions of them. When we start to incorporate them in our diet more, we go a long way. We really help to help the digestive system and really start to take away the symptoms of heartburn. So
Right.
yeah, it's really easy. I mean, fermented foods are most people like them, most people enjoy them.
yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
me too.